The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm OLSH alongside Christian Harbaugh, and it's week one of the WPIL on OLSH Charger football as the Chargers are hosting the Rochester Rams. Pleasant good evening, everybody, and hope everybody's doing well. It seems odd on a Saturday, Christian, but we're here on a Saturday. This is the last game in WPIL for this week. So it's the OLSH Chargers and the Rochester Rams, which has become a pretty good rivalry over the last couple of years.
You're right about that. Rochester always coming in with a big-time team. They got a history of having a great offense and a great ground game, and they always bring the defense as well. They're super physical, and obviously, you know, they're tough. And the Chargers coming in after winning that Week 0 game and having a great showing on offense, and coming in tonight, you know, playing the last game of the day or for the WPIL this week at 7 o'clock on a Saturday. But, you know, it seems like a Friday night to them, I'm sure. Yeah,
this is, as we talked about, this is their Rochester's first game of the year. They played a couple scrimmages, but this is the first time live football under the lights with the officials, and it counts. So I'm sure Coach Gene Matzuk and his staff are anxious to see what they actually have. Coach Don Militzer kind of have a pretty good idea of what OLSH has and what's going on as we come into this game. According to the PG this week, OLSH is ranked number 3 in single A. Bishop Canevin obviously is the number 1 ranked team. Union comes in ranked number 2. OLSH 3. Greensburg Central Catholic comes in at the 4 spot. And Clairton, next week's opponent for the Chargers, comes in ranked number 5, although Clairton dropped 2 in a row, having yet to score in 2023. So, but anyway, let's talk about the Rams here today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, the Rams coming in, we know the way that they are coached on that side of the ball, they're always going to keep it on the ground a lot. They're going to run the ball. You might see some triple option and trying to, you know, get the Chargers on their toes a little bit, and then when you think they're going to throw the ball, they're going to run the ball more and just try to keep grounding and pounding. But for the Chargers, you know, you just got to be dialed in on defense. Hopefully we, you know, got a good defensive line tonight, can get some pressure in the backfield a little bit, and they can wrap up and tackle, and that will lead for, you know, some good opportunities for the Chargers offense.
Yeah, you mentioned that the Rams are going to run a lot, and the Chargers you talk to the coaching staff of the Chargers, and actually they believe that their strong suit is the run defense. Their front 7, I'd match them up against any front 7 in 1A right now. They're big, they're tough, they're brutal, they're physical. So it's going to be fun to watch who wins out, the running game or the defense of the running game. So it'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely. And then, you know, on the other side of the ball, Rochester's going to have to be dialed in, because the Chargers, they got the running game, but also they got the passing game as well. And you're going to see Van use his feet as well. So it's going to be an exciting matchup tonight. And, you know, they're both going to be super competitive and gritty all night.
We have was able to catch up with Coach Militzer through the week, as I normally do. He had some good things to say. Guess we'll listen to those right now. Here's Coach Don Militzer earlier this week. Welcome to Charger pregame. And today, again, we have Coach Don Militzer. And Coach, first off, congratulations on the great win last week. And, of course, another one coming up this week against the ever-powerful Rochester Rams and Coach Gene Matzuk. What's that one look like?
Yeah, I think the next 2 weeks out, I mean, they've become kind of natural rivalries for us. You know, you look back at the history of OLSH football, going back to 2013. the past 4 or 5 years, we were in a conference with Rochester. We have playoff games with Rochester. Same thing with Clarendon the following week. So these are fun games. We keep them in perspective. They're early season, they're non-conference, but they're good tests for you early out of the gate to kind of gauge where you're at and where you need to improve as the year goes on. So last year we went down there and had a tough battle with them. So I actually think they're fantastic this year watching them on film. They're a typical Rochester team. They're physical, they're tough. They run to the football. Defensively, they're as good as we'll see all year. Offensively, they have the best, in my opinion, one of the best backs in Whitfield. I think Charger fans are probably familiar with the older Lauer brother, but the younger one's just as good. I mean, he's a special player, and it's fun to watch him play, but it's not fun to play against him.
It's Gene Matzuk. I mean, he just seems to retool. He loses good players, and somebody just steps right up.
Well, it's a system, and that's what we're trying to build here. I think, and that's what we saw last week with Van. We're different. It's a complete different look. I mean, you'll see stuff from Rochester like the T backfields and the running the football, and they're a smash mouth kind of program, and they breed that. So those kids are good at that. Here, I think what you're seeing from us is a similar thing. I mean, we spread it out, we put the ball in different people's hands, and we're different identities, but it's the same. We're trying to build something similar to what Rochester built. And if you look back, even with Coach Bradley, that's kind of what we've been here at OLSH for the past few years. But you got to respect what they've done at Rochester as a system. And Coach Gene, I've known for a long time, always been nothing but gracious, and it's an honor to coach on a field with him for sure. So I like matching wits with him.
It was fun watching your defense last week. Pretty much they only gave up 3 points. The 7 points that Shenango did get, the touchdown they did get, was a strip sack up by their defense. So 3 points given up by your defense. How do you improve on that?
Well, Coach Pick let me know that. Our defense coordinator, Coach Pick, and Coach Falsetti, the co-DC, they let me know last week that the defense only did give up 3 points, and asked me why I was throwing the ball inside the 20. But that's neither here nor there at this point. But I mean, I thought the first drive they moved the ball on us a little bit, and I was really proud of how we stiffened up. And after that, I mean, I just thought we flew to the football, and I mean, everybody contributed. Obviously, Van had a huge game, but Damari with 2 sacks. I mean, Cam Branch was stout in the middle. The Brazels are always the Brazels. They fly around the field, tackle everything. I thought Owen Tonnery played well the game. His first started out at that dog position, we call it. It's like a hybrid outside linebacker safety, and I mean, he was flying to the football. He did an excellent job. So really happy with the way those guys played. And at the end of the first half there, when Darion's knee was giving him some trouble, we threw in a freshman, Jacob Beam, and I thought Jacob made a big play, pass break up down on the goal line, and so I think he's got a pretty bright future. So it was kind of nice to see those guys kind of shine. And Isaiah Scholes was a kid we kind of moved around, and he was just basically unblockable. So it was fun to watch those guys kind of excel.
Yeah, I was going to mention, we called Isaiah Schultz's number a couple times defensively, coming off the end there, getting into the backfield. Him and Van on the 2 ends, bookending in the backfield, was fun to watch.
Yeah, and we moved Isaiah off the line at times too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just so athletic, and you're getting to see that this year. I mean, last year, out of necessity, we played him at tackle, and that he played it because he's a team player, but it's not his strength, and he'll do it for us. But not only moving him off the ball a little bit was fun to see, and then also offensively, when Darion got banged up, he came in and I think he caught like 3 balls, and he had a couple that he broke for like a 15-yard gain on the one, and he caught a deep ball that was called back. So I mean, really impressive performance by him all around. But again, there were so many guys. I mean, I think obviously everybody knows what Van did last week, and that's getting a lot of attention, but he doesn't do that without the contributions of the other guys.
Right, the line and his running backs. I mean, whoever was back there seemed to be doing the job and giving Van options.
Yeah, absolutely. They made sure that our pass protection was good, and Alan, we talked about it last week, kind of the way Shenango played us, kind of, one thing about our offense is whatever you give us, we can kind of take, and that's kind of our philosophy. And the way they played us, they kind of just dared us to pass, so we passed. But what we did is we still consistently ran the ball. The split was even, actually. And people, the yardage might not have been even, but it was 50-50 down the middle with runs and passes, 29 runs, 29 passes. And I think that was important because you saw that in the fourth quarter. The run game that was only getting 1 or 2 at the beginning was starting to pop for 5, 6, 10, 11 yards. So it really was, you can't ask for anything more. I wish we would have got out with a little less bumps and bruises. But other than that, it was about as good as you could play in an opener.
Talk about bumps and bruises. I see here at practice, you got one sitting on the sideline. Any major injuries or any?
No, we're optimistic with Darion. Darion's a player. He even last week when he was banged up, he came back on the field, and I asked him to stay off, but he came on the field and caught another touchdown. He's just a baller. We know that. We're just trying to be cautious with him at this point. He's still figuring out exactly what we're dealing with. Luckily, we don't feel it's anything long term, but we want to make sure we're taking care of it. Like I said, these next 2 weeks, they're important games, but they're also non-conference, so we got to be smart and make sure that we get him at 100% before we get him back on the field.
Before the Carlington game,
right? Or whenever.
Right.
It's just we know the difference maker he is. So when he's on the field, it changes everything.
All right, Coach. Well, we got the Rams of Rochester in town tonight, and hopefully we come away with victory number 2. And good luck tonight.
Thanks, Al. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Don. We'll be right back with opening kick here on Charger Football. And we're back. That was a great interview by Coach Don. And before we get started, Christian, I want to thank all our sponsors for Charger Football. They would be Doughboys Oven Fresh Pizza. Order online at doughboyspittsburgh.com, or you can call them at 412-771-1030. I want to thank International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 712. Lasego Automotive Sales and Service. You can call them at 412-276-6244. Trim Pittsburgh, a shop for men located in Lawrenceville and coming soon to the Ross Park Mall this fall. And of course, Brewer Airport Toyota, Western Pennsylvania's #1 Toyota dealer. Keep Brewer Airport Toyota in mind and like them on Facebook. Learn more at brewerairport.com. So we're about ready to go. You can see there it's the Rams and the Chargers. The Rams with no record, as this is their first game of the year. The Chargers come in with a 1-0 record after beating Shenango last week, 32-10. And basically one injury coming out of that game is Darion Greer. It's how many years and I still get them?
That's okay. I do the same thing, and I coached him in JV basketball back in St. Malachy days. But man, that's going to be a tough loss for the Chargers. You hope to see some guys step up. Obviously, you got Tate, one of the great seniors here this year, wide receiver. So you're looking for some of the guys to step up. Obviously, they got the Brazil brothers. We know they're going to, carry the ball, and then be in the outside the backfield and catch the ball in the slot and in the flat and stuff. So make some plays with their feet.
Yeah, I'm watching Darion right now, and he's out there in street clothes giving his teammates hugs. He's here. He's still, even on the sidelines, he's one of the leaders. It was funny. I was up there at practice, Christian, and I'm walking up to the practice field, and he's yelling across the field. He goes, OLSH. He goes, I want an interview. I didn't want to yell across the field, and as I walked up to him, I said, sorry, Darion, we only interview active players. he was like, oh, man, that's cold.
He's got a great personality, man. He really does. He's a great leader, absolutely. So it'll be good to still have him on the sidelines and hear his voice, and I'm sure he'll be, cheering on his teammates the whole game. We'll see the Chargers receive the football here, see if they can get some good field position and take charge, you know, really take control of this game early, get a chance to start with the football. So you always want to make sure no turnovers on the first drive and see if you can just chip away here, take some time off the clock and get a score right off the bat. I look for the Chargers to come out and be super aggressive early as well, since obviously they're comfortable. They played last week, and with Rochester coming in as their first game here, you like to think that the Chargers are going to take some cracks downfield early in this game.
Sorry about the graphics, folks. I'll get those fixed at some point during the evening.
We'll just have to pay attention to their little symbol.
We're the purple side.
That's right.
And Rams are the blue side. So here we go. Chargers won the coin toss, and they elected to receive. Back at the 10-yard line, it's Ethan Speedy. And he gets taken down at the 15. Speedy Gardner gets out to the 15. It'll be Chargers ball. Marking it looks like the 16. It'll be 1st and 10.
And Speedy, man, he had a great year last year. He was a good weapon. He's still young, only a junior. And last week he had 2 catches for 103 yards. A big day with the deep ball.
They'll mark it at the 17, 1st and 10. Quarterback Van Cable's in the backfield. He's got Brady Brazel back there with him. Twins to either side for the Chargers. Rams pack it in tight. Cable's back to pass quickly. And he's got Tate out across the 25. He steps out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Quickly, 1st down, 12 yards for Van Cable's to Tate.
And that's all you got to do there. Tate just quick out route towards the sidelines, picks up her 1st down. Van gets rid of the ball quick and right in Tate's hands. Good catch and run.
Called an 11-yard gain out to the 28-yard line. Cables has 2 in the backfield with him. Hands it off this time to Brady. Cuts it to the near side. He gets hit, and he's going to go down. Flags all over the place. I think Chargers are going to be penalized here. That was in the area of a hold. I see the umpire.
And that's the one thing, you know, the Chargers are going to be super aggressive, right? And when they keep it on the ground, their front line is super aggressive. So you're going to get some holding calls here early in this game. But, you know, hopefully they keep them to a minimum.
Well, the one thing in high school football now, if the hold is in the backfield, it goes from the scrimmage line. So there's not going to be any, like, you know, 2nd and 13 or something like that. So it'll be 1st and 20. Back to the 18-yard line.
The thing, too, with the Chargers, you're going to see a lot of shotgun.
Oh, yeah, shotgun, pistol.
Give Cable some time back there. Get some protection with the running backs next to him and a fullback, the Brazel brothers.
Twins to either side, and the official's got something going on here. I don't know if it's the clock or what's going on. They're all looking at the clock right now. The back judge is chiming in. The clock here on the stadium, in the stadium, says 11:20 on the clock. Now they're coming over to the Charger side. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's the play clock they're looking at. I'm not sure.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's probably the play clock. And you just talked about it before the game off the air, saying that they're using the play clock now.
They did last week, yeah.
You know, it helps them out, gives them a good feel. I think that's a good thing, too, Al, because I think it gives you a good pace and tempo. You know what I mean? When you see a game clock and a you know, a shot clock in basketball, or you get a clock here for snapping the ball in football,
right?
It helps you on offense.
Yeah, rather than having to look at the back judge when he puts his hand up when there's 5 seconds left. Yeah.
Just visualizing helps you.
Whatever it is, it's a dilemma. They're holding the game up here.
Well, now it's killing your rhythm.
Yeah,
you started out, you had a nice play, you picked up a first down, then you get a hold, you move back 10 yards.
Looks like we're getting ready to go here. Everybody's getting back in position, all the zebras. I think it's Brandon in the backfield this time, is it not? Cable's back to pass. He'll flip one out to the far side. All by himself out there is Tate. He picks it up. He gets the penalty yards plus some, all the way up to the 32-yard line. Pass of 14 yards. It'll be second down.
And a good job for Tate just coming back to the ball there.
Second down at about 6 for the Chargers from the 32. You need to get to the 38 for the first down. We'll send trips to the near side. Brandon Brazell remains in the backfield with Van Cables. And Cables back to pass one more time. He's got time. He throws it down the field. There's Speedy. Makes an adjustment. And the catch. What a catch by Speedy Gardner at the Rochester 31-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Van Cables with a flick of the wrist down the field they go.
Wow, what a pass. And he got that out quick. And Speedy Gardner in just traffic there runs just a straight route. And fading out there, and he does some maneuvering around the defense, catches it with one hand. And what a spectacular play to keep this drive alive.
There's Cables right up the gut. All the way up inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
And why not? Call your own number there. They weren't expecting that. You come out, you pass 4 out of the 5 times.
Picks up a quick 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Chargers.
And the Chargers giving them good protection back there so far. The line's doing a good job holding up on their end.
2 in the backfield. Now Tate goes out wide. They got twins to either side, do the Chargers. Cable's now on a 2nd and 3. He's got it, and he's got Schultz out on the flat. Hurdles one would-be tackler inside the 15 down to about the 12.
And what a great job by Schultz there. Great out route again. And ran out on the first play to the other side of the field with Tate, and Schultz making a great catch and picking up the first down. And
picks up 12.
Chargers just marching on down here despite that penalty and being 1st and 20. End up down around the goal line here, threatening to score on the drive.
Brandon Brazell stays in the backfield. Pitches it out to Brandon, cuts it upfield, lowers his shoulder, gets inside the 10, down to the 7 or 8 yard line. Brandon Brazell, that was brute force there as he was turned upfield, and he says, okay, I'll go through him.
He said, I'm just going to run right through your chest here, man. I'm stronger than you. I hit the weight room. I'm going to take what's mine. These Brazell's, man, they don't quit. Physical, tough, gritty guys.
Picks up 4 to the 8. 2nd and 6 for the Chargers. Brandon Brazell stays in the backfield. Cables looks to pass this time. Little flip over the middle, and this one is going to be incomplete. He dove on the tip ball. That was Tate trying to pull in the touchdown, but unfortunately it hit the turf first. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 8 for the Chargers.
And now, that one's a tough one right there. You know, you're trying to get in the end zone, but it's a little clogged up there. Got guys running slant routes right to the end zone, but luckily the Chargers get away with one, and it doesn't fall into one of the Rochester's hands for a turnover.
Now, bear in mind, this is 2-down territory. The Chargers really don't have a kicker this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So. In the way they're playing right now, you take those chances.
Cables rolls to the near side, flips it, and it's caught. It's a touchdown for Speedy Gardner. as he spins the ball in the end zone. It's 6-0 Chargers on a Cables 8-yard pass to Gardner.
That was just a great design by the Chargers. And K-Vols just rolls out, has blockers in front of him. He could have actually ran to the pylon there and scored himself, but good job throwing it where Rochester wasn't. Tate, great catch. Got a touchdown here, and exactly what the Chargers wanted to do on that first drive.
Brady Brazell is going to try the point after. He kicks it, and it's going to be wide to the far side. After 8 minutes and 13 seconds left on the first quarter clock, it's the Chargers 6, the Rams yet to get the ball here in the first quarter.
What a good first drive by the Chargers. Good job being patient. They were poised that whole drive and didn't get rattled after they got the penalty that backed them up 10 yards, and then a little bit of a delay because they were messing with the clock, and it didn't screw up the rhythm. And a couple great big-time catches. And that one by Gardner was just unbelievable. One hand in traffic and keeping the drive alive. And Chargers just did exactly what they wanted to do, got in the end zone, and now they're up 6-0 and looking to play some defense now.
That was a 9-play, 83-yard drive for the Chargers. Takes up just a little over 4 minutes off the clock. And that's exactly what you want to do against this Rochester team. And now Rochester will get a chance and see what the Charger defense can do.
You got to come out. You got to be dialed in here. You know they're going to keep it on the ground. You got to be super physical. Make sure you wrap up on your tackles.
Looks like Brady's going to kick off as well for the Chargers. He will kick it, not bad, down to the 23-yard line. And it's Lowry with the ball. Right up the middle he goes, up across the 45, and that's where he's met with a host of Chargers. He'll be brought down around the 47-yard line.
And the one thing that you see with the Chargers, you know, they don't got a deep team here, so it's a smaller squad. Everybody that basically plays offense, most of the time you see him on defense too. So
yeah, I was talking to Coach Don. He has a couple of his freshmen out for this game. They were not in schools yesterday, so there's a ball on the ground, and the Chargers say they have it. I don't know. We'll see. Schultz is saying it's ours.
Well, that thing was just bouncing around out there, and it looks like it is going to be Chargers football?
Nope. Loose ball is fumbled forward and picked up. It's going to be enough for a first down.
You don't see that too often, do you? And that thing came out right away, too. I don't know if the Chargers realized the ball was on the ground.
Yeah, all the way up
until late.
All the way up to the OLSH 43-yard line.
What a weird sequence here. And
that was. Just Rams again off the left side. That's another big run there for about 8 yards. That was Dom Guido.
And this is what we knew Rochester was going to come out and do. And the one thing about it, too, is it's going to turn the clock. And
yeah.
So for the Chargers, they got to be dialed in. They got to make sure that they're communicating out there on defense. And
37-yard line to the Chargers. It's Norman is the quarterback. He's going to hand it off. Again, up the middle. First down for the Rams. It's Lowry. Lowry's got the corner. He's got nobody, one man to beat. He's going to tiptoe down the sidelines and into the end zone. The Rams answer back with a quick four-play drive and tie it up at 6. Lowry with a 37-yard scamper.
And Rochester, man, just coming out here with that weird play and the fumble, and they pick up a first down. They get over the 50-yard line, and just a couple big-time holes And their line was doing a great job there, giving them space, and Lowry finding the end zone early. Chargers going to have to make sure that they make some adjustments there to make sure that their front seven is not moving the line like that and giving them time and space to run.
Norman to hold. It's down, it's up, and it is good. And I don't have a 14 on my roster, so I have no idea who that was that kicked it.
And the one thing about that for the Chargers is, you know, the missed extra point, and now Rochester comes back and gets an extra point, and that you don't want that to be the difference in the game. So hopefully the Chargers can gear back up here and on offense and then make their adjustments back on defense. But you already look at the clock, and it's halfway through the first here. Got a 7-6 ball game.
That was a 4-play, 53-yard drive by the Rams. Took a minute 14 off the clock, and that's un-Rochester-like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you know that they're going to turn the clock a little bit, and they're going to be patient, but they had some big holes and openings, and they were able to run the ball right up the gut and find their way in the end zone.
Helped out with that opening play fumble. I mean,
well, the fumble, and not to mention that the Chargers kicked it and go very far either, so it wasn't like they were pinned down by their end zone.
Well, it was actually a good return, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they got great field position to start it.
Start up by midfield.
And then you got the fumble. And the Chargers were probably kicking themselves that they didn't pick that fumble up.
Oh, yeah. 14 kicks it. This is twisting, and it could go and it will go out of bounds. That'll be illegal procedure on Rochester, and the Chargers have the opportunity to either have them re-kick or take the ball out at the, I believe is it the 35 they get it?
I think so. I believe so, yes. Which gives them field position now, too.
Yeah, he's going out to
35.
So, see if the Chargers can answer. Suddenly trailing by a point. It's not the first time the Chargers have trailed. They trailed early last game as Shenango took the opening drive for a field goal. That was the first touchdown that the Charger defense has given up all year.
Now it's just about responding.
Low snap. Here's Cables rolling this way. Now he puts stiff arm out, and he'll get brought down after about a maybe three or 4 yard gain. They're going to mark him at the, see where they mark it. Pick him up 5.
Wow, they gave him a lot there. Didn't look like he picked up 5 from up here.
That's when.
But we'll take it.
That's when a 6'5" frame.
Yeah.
Starts running.
He's got great size. I think he needs to be a little bit more, you know, on top of the quick decisions. Like a couple times here, he's holding off on running, and he has some open field and blockers up in front.
Twins to the other side. Cable stands on his 35, gets a snap. He's going to flip it out. And that one's intercepted. It's Mason down the sideline. Cables will bring him down at the 15. First interception thrown in the year for Cables, and it's 1st and 10 for the Rams on the Charger 15-yard line.
Unlike him there, it looked like a little bit of miscommunication. They weren't on the same page, was Schultz and Van, and Schultz kept running. And Mason just comes in there and picks that thing off, and now Rochester again threatening in their territory.
You know, yeah. Ball's marked that. They're going to mark him at the 19. 1st and 10. Cables comes back in. He's an end rusher for the Chargers. Under center is Norman. Gives it a round end. Speedy is there to meet him at the 19. He might get 1 yard. They'll keep him in bounds. The clock will keep running.
And that's the adjustment you got to make there. stand him up at the line of scrimmage or maybe a yard from.
Lowry on the run. Give him no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 19 are the Rams. 5:12 and a rolling clock here in the first quarter. Hands it off the right side. It's going to get maybe 4 yards. I think that was Guido on the run, it was. Brought down by Matlock.
And this is going to be a big 3rd down here. See if the Chargers can come up with a big stop. I mean, obviously, you know, it's 4-down territory here.
Yeah. 3rd and 6 from the 15. Norman's going to hand it to Lowry up the middle. Hit there by one of the Brazils. I think it was Brady. It's going to be up close to a 1st down inside the 10.
See if you can get a big stop here on 4th down.
It's short, about a half a yard.
Yeah. No surprise what they're going to do here. Well, they gave him a first down.
A first down, okay.
I don't know about that.
It was close.
That was a great spot, I think.
Yeah. Full house backfield, everybody bunched up, everybody within 5 yards of each other.
Offsides.
That was they moved. What's the call?
I think it called it. Rochester called a timeout, I believe.
They never signaled it. Oh, there's an injured Charger. I see a Charger sitting down.
Well, I was just confused there because they didn't signal first down and then they don't signal timeout, so I guess it's because of the injured Charger.
It's Brandon Brazell looking at his lower body as Aaron Natopsky out to look at Brandon. I was talking to Coach Don, and he said this is one of the things he's worried about this week and next week. He says he just wants to come out of these 2 games healthy, getting ready for the section.
Yeah, and those are the biggest things, especially when you're a small school and single
roster.
A, and you don't have a big roster, and you know that's a tough thing because you don't want to be injured, and you're already down a key offensive player and defensive player in Greer.
Greer out probably for the season. Don't want to speculate, but that's usually not a good thing what he's got. So, hey, while we got you watching and listening, OLSH Trivia Night returns on Saturday, September 23rd at 7 p.m. in the AAC. Assemble your team, test your knowledge, and show off your creativity in the table decorating contest. All the proceeds will benefit the OLSH Athletic General Fund. Brandon walking off gingerly.
And that doesn't look good, but at least he's walking off pretty much on his own power. Maybe tweak that ankle a little bit or knee. You hope to see him come back in this ball game.
Talent Ellis, I see out there now. Be 1st and goal from the 9. It's Norman on a keeper around the right side. He gets up inside the 5. Hit there by a couple of Chargers. I think Brady Brazell was one of them up there to hit him, and Schultz as well.
And Norman's quick, man. I mean, there was no doubt that he was running that football right away. And right now, Rochester just getting a good push with their line, and there's been some big gaps and holes, and they've made the right decision.
2nd and goal from the 3. Again, you put a blanket around the entire Ram team right now. They hand it off up the middle. I think that was Lowry. He's going to get pushed into the end zone, and it's another touchdown. Trying to see who the last one up there. Was that number 4?
It looked like it was Haskins.
No, I think that was 4.
So Lowry again.
Yeah, I believe.
And again, the Chargers just have to find a way to make some adjustments and have some pushback here. Rochester just doing what they want on the ground. They don't even have to think about throwing the football. They're such a, a little bit of a one-dimensional team, but if you can't stop it, then, why change if you're Rochester? I don't know.
That kick is no good.
The play clock was very close, too. It was on zeros when they snapped it. Should have been a penalty.
It was blocked. It was 19 yards and 5 plays, 3:01 off the clock. With 2:47 left in quarter number 1, Rochester now with a 7-point lead. It's 13-6.
Now the one thing here for the Chargers is you missed the extra point there for Rochester. Now it's 13-6. You're still fine there. Now you just got to sustain a good drive here. Get points on the board again. And then that interception doesn't hurt as much, but Rochester coming up with a big play with the interception and then just moving the football right down the field. Running it right up the gut right now. Finding the end zone twice is Lowry. He's having a great game so far.
Yeah, he picks up right where his older brother left off last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Chargers get the ball back. I'm going to try to find out who this 14 is for Rochester.
Always switching numbers and jerseys right before the game, huh?
Yeah.
Not on the roster.
This one hits, and again, it's going to go out of bounds. And again, the Chargers will get the ball at the 35-yard line. Should they choose that?
You got to think they will.
Yeah.
Give them some field position.
Yep.
Looks like they're still over there working on Brazil, I believe, too.
Yeah, down there on the bench.
The Chargers just need to go back to the basics. Like the first drive, they were getting good protection, running their routes the right way, and they were able to sustain a long drive and score.
Yeah.
You got to just shake that last one off if you're K-Vols.
Cable's quick little pitch out to Tate, some open room there. Cuts it upfield to the inside. It's a first down for Darian Tate.
We always talk about it too, Al. Like last year, the same thing. You got playmakers on the outside. So there's nothing that says that you can't just throw those little swing passes and try to block up field for those guys.
12-yard gain up to the 47. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Cables with Brazil and a little crossing pattern to Schultz, and it's up close to another first down for the Chargers.
And there you go, a great job again.
Picks up 11 more to the 42-yard line of Rochester.
The line giving Cable some time. He fakes the run, they hand off, everybody bites on it, and he got Schultz coming across the middle, and good hands, picks up the first down.
From the 43-yard line.
See if they take a chance downfield here. Again with a deep ball.
They'll hand it off to Brady Brazil. Off the right side. He's going to get a couple. one, maybe two.
And that's all you need to do there. Pick up a couple.
They'll mark them to the 42.
Give yourself a chance here to keep the drive alive.
Second down 9 from the 42-yard line. You got to keep them honest. You got to keep Rochester honest. If they know you're going to pass all the time, they're just going to pin their ears back.
Yeah, it's like tale of two games here. You got Rochester keeping the ball on the ground and the Chargers just letting it fly.
Schultz and Gardner out to the far side. Send Tate in motion to that direction. Ball on the turf. Cavels dives out and gets it. It's going to be a loss. Back to the 45. Bad snap there.
And you can't have any miscues with that right now. That's the last thing you want if you're the Chargers. You want another turnover here.
Be 3rd and 12 from the 45 for the Chargers.
Now you're looking for a play here to just pick up half of the yardage here, and then I think you might be in territory where you can think about going for it, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. Tate one more time in motion. Cable's going to roll that way. He's going to flip it out, and he's got Tate. What a catch by Tate inside the 25. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Cables with a tackler all over him, flips it out there, and that's the size and
he's strong. He's got the size.
Yeah.
He's got the ability. They roll him out to the right. He's comfortable going that way. Tate runs a great route, and they just have that great connection right now. He throws the ball up. Tate's just a playmaker. He goes and gets it. And great hands by Tate, and is able to stay in bounds.
22-yard pass and catch. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers on the Ram 23-yard line. Trips to the near side for the Chargers. Cable's going to roll to this side. He's going to take it off, tackle himself. He's going to dive forward inside the 20 to about the 16, 17-yard line. They'll mark him at the 17.
That was a great job there by the line, giving Cavels some opening to run it up the gut.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, the Chargers trail the Rams 13-6 here at Moon Stadium.
Good drive that the Chargers are having here, right here, and hopefully that they can find the end zone. The line is giving Cavell some time back here, and he's been able to be more calm and patient this drive and finding his spots and his receivers.
Hey, OLSH students, the annual OLSH Powder Puff football game will take place at Youthtown on Saturday, September 16th at 6 p.m. Come watch the seniors and the junior girls duke it out for a win. Speaking of, get your Powder Puff game apparel at olshgear.com. T-shirts and sweatshirts are available, so get your order in. Well, if you didn't get them in by the 1st, you might not have them in time for the game, but you can still get other apparel. Save the date for the OLSH Fall Open House, Sunday, October 22nd. Explore all that OLSH has to offer and see what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. Hey, are you interested in supporting our OLSH Chargers? Visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraiser section in the Fan Zone tab for the latest fundraising opportunities. Chargers now with a 2nd and 4 from the 17 of the Rams.
Now you got to make the right plays here. You got some downs to work with. You're threatening.
Cables again, fakes, pumps, throws it into the end zone. There's Speedy Gardner. He's got the touchdown. It's a 17-yard pass from Cables, and Gardner hook up one more time, and this time it's a touchdown to Gardner.
And what a great job. Again, the line giving some protection. Cavels does a great job. A little pump fake to freeze the defense, freeze the corner there. And Speedy just using his speed and getting behind the defense. And great pitch and catch there. And here you go. See if the Chargers go for it this time.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna run a play here. They're gonna do that. Oh, there's a. Did I see a penalty flag?
I thought so.
The illegal substitution for the Chargers. That'll back them up 5 yards. Well, that'll back it up to the 8-yard line. Chargers still going to run a play here. Offset line. High snap to Tate. Tate avoids one tackler, avoids a second tackler. He tries to flip it, and it's incomplete as it goes out of bounds. The 2-point conversion attempt, no good.
Yeah, I don't understand that one there. I think you just keep your quarterback in there and just run a normal play.
Yeah, they know you're going, you know. They know
yeah,
you're not
when you're doing
it.
wildcat right like that, and after the penalty, you already push back 5 more yards. I think that's just a tough play, and I'm sure you won't see that the rest of the game. We'll make sure to throw that one out of the playbook, I'm sure. But it was bad snap as well, so doesn't give yourself an opportunity. But nonetheless, here goes the Chargers.
So it's a 65-yard drive, 7 plays, 2 minutes, 39 seconds off the clock. And Chargers still trail Rochester, though, by a score of 13-12. They cut it to a 1-point lead with 11:50 left here in the half.
The way the first quarter went and then the start of the second quarter here, looks like who's going to get a stop first.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, obviously, Rochester picked that ball off on the last Charger drive, but, you know, the Chargers are responding here and got back in the end zone. You're right back in the game, and now you got to see if you can play some defense, get a stop here, play at least field position game.
Brazil with a knuckleball all the way back to the 16-yard line. Clothesline there, didn't go down, but finally Desmond Ledford is brought down right at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Rams.
And Schultz almost with a big-time hit there. Somehow he stays on his feet. Good kick by Brazil.
Yeah, it was a knuckleball. Those are hard to catch because you don't know where it's going to go.
Right, and right now, you know, you got play the field position games, see if you can get a stop here, get the ball back.
Norman under center, full house backfield, handed off to Lowry. Lowry across the 30. No, that's not Lowry. That's Haskins, number 3.
Yeah, and they got a couple guys in that backfield that can move. Haskins, Lowry, the quarterback as well. Norman, he's got some speed.
2nd down 7 from the 33.
I mean, it's no surprise right here what they're going to keep doing. So you're just trying to pick and guess which way are they going.
Norman this time turns around and hands it off to Lowry. Lowry hitting the backfield. Back on the 32, it's a loss of 1.
And Cam Branch getting in there.
Yeah, that's a name we missed last year a lot.
That's a big time wrap up in the backfield there for the Chargers.
3rd and 8 from the 32. 10.5 left here in the first half. 1-point game.
And this would just be a big stop for the Chargers. if you can manage to hold Rochester here, and it looks like they might come out and throw the ball.
Yep, Norman back to pass, being chased around by Cables. He's got the corner. He's got the first down as he crosses the 40-yard line. Pushed out of bounds there by a couple Chargers.
And they said, why throw the ball? We got legs.
He's quick. All these guys for Rochester are quick to the corner, quick to the ends.
And that was a smart play by Rochester, though, too. Give the Chargers a different look. Not under center. He goes from shotgun and just a design keep to the outside. And they said, look, man, you got to beat us in a foot race.
Yep. He needed 8. He got 8. Exactly. That from the 40 now. 1st and 10. Lowry hands it off to Lowry. Around the corner, Tate pulls him out of bounds. And there's an extra curricular activity by Tate, and that'll be tacked on.
Getting chippy over there. The sideline starting to give the Chargers a little bit of trash talking, but Tate there with the excessive throwing him out of bounds after the play. It's just not a smart play right now. Doing a good job on defense. In Rochester, you just tip your cap because they made 2 big-time plays to keep the drive alive.
Right.
But you don't want to give up extra yardage here with getting a stupid penalty like that.
Personal foul, dead ball foul. Dead ball personal foul, I should say. And that'll move the ball up to the Charger 29-yard line. First and 10. Norman hands it off to Lowry one more time. He jukes and jives out down the right side all the way up to the 20-yard line. That should be close to a first down again.
Second and short,
Second
maybe?
and 1,
Second and 1.
Picked up 9 yards.
And again, getting good blocks up front by the front line, and Rochester going into shotgun here, but I think it's actually benefiting them. They're getting more space and time instead of being under center. And Lowry's just hitting those right holes and picking up yardage.
And it ain't broke, don't fix it. Lowry picks up the first down right up the gut, down to about the 17-yard line. First down.
Rochester threatening again here. And again, the way they run the ball, the clock's going to keep turning. And that's why if you're the Chargers, you need to get stops. You can't afford to keep letting them take long drives and kill some time.
Full house backfield. Norman under center. From the 17. He just leaps forward. There was all kinds of movement. No flags, but I saw players from both lines jumping and jiving. It'll be second down. No gain.
I've never seen anything like that.
No.
It looked like just the center moved and Norman just jumped forward.
Right.
But it also looked like from up here that he might have fumbled a snap.
He might have. That might have been what happened.
But it didn't look like anybody reacted to it on the Chargers' defensive line.
Second down and 10 from the 17. And we got timeout called here. OLSH. With 8:12 left here in the half. Rochester threatening to add to their lead. They have a 1-point lead, 13-12. Hey, join us at Moon Stadium on September 30th as the Chargers take on the Chartiers Houston in the homecoming football game. Stay tuned for more information on special alumni perks and be here to watch us crown the homecoming king and queen. See the cheerleaders there, always doing a good job for Charger Nation, getting them fired up.
A lot of support here tonight for both teams.
Yes.
Rochester made the travel down and they brought a big crowd.
Yep, they travel very well. Rochester, part of the Big 7 Conference, and of course the Chargers, part of the Black Hills Conference. From the 17, 2nd and 10, snap way over the head. Norman chases it down. Here comes Cables, and he'll tackle him all the way back at the 29-yard line. Bad snap, and the Chargers take advantage.
And that's one big play there for the Chargers, and they catch a break where Rochester has been so good on offense so far and just running and getting everywhere they wanted and moving the ball fast. And there's just a snap over Norman's head, and Cables, the quarterback, getting out there and making a tackle.
Oh, he's that end rusher for the Chargers, and another sack. He had a couple last week. Loss of 12, back to the 29. It's 3rd down and 32. Norman's back to pass this time. Looking downfield, he's going to flip it, and it's almost intercepted out there. That was Tonery. Owen Tonery almost with a pick, and it's 4th down for the Rams.
And there you go. Just what the Chargers needed, a big-time stop right before halftime here. Rochester going to punt the ball, but I wouldn't, don't fall asleep here.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, they got some tricks in their bag, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to fake something here.
Watch the up guy. Snap back. Ball almost blocked. Let it go. And it goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Charger will have the ball out at the 20-yard line.
And that was close to being blocked there.
Yes, it was. Very close. Chargers had 2 or 3 guys in there.
They're doing a great job right now getting in a backfield on the extra points. They already have a blocked field goal or extra point attempt.
Yep. 7:13 left. Here in the half, OLSH will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now see if the Chargers can put together a great drive here to put some points on the board here. Maybe they can turn the clock.
Yeah.
Keep it almost till halftime. Give yourself a little
they need
cushion.
One of those classic 7-minute, 80-yard drives,
Yeah, why not? Take your time here. Be patient.
Trips to the near side. Cables rolls to this side. Flips it down the field. Tate. And it's a little bit too long for everybody.
And Tate trying to sell that
Darian
one.
Trying to sell it. He was interfered with, but
he was trying to sell it. He was like ran into the corner.
Darian down there from the sideline is trying to talk to him too, and of course the coaching staff saying it's good to cheer on the sidelines, but you can't do that. 2nd down and 10 from the 20.
But I like that play call. Why not go deep early? They've had some opportunities. They definitely have the speed on the outside.
Cables looks like a straight run up the middle. He slips. And I don't know if he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No, they're going to tackle him 1 yard back. That was a straight run. He just got the ball and started going to the side, or the line. He'll lose 1 back to the 19. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Now the unfortunate thing for the Chargers here is you have this opportunity to sustain a drive and try to get some points before halftime, take this lead back. And now you throw a deep ball, you don't get one, and you slip on the run, and now you're 3rd and 11. See if you can come up with a big-time 1st down here. Find one of your playmakers across the middle of the field.
Cable's back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He's going to let it fly. Gardner, he's got it at the 40-yard line, trying to break tackles all the way down to the Rams 32, and it's 1st and 10 for the Chargers. What a pass and catch by Cables and Garner.
And they just said, listen, we're going to take you one-on-one here on the outside. Speedy Gardner just has the quickness. Cables puts it right in his pocket, over the top.
49 yards.
Man, what a pass and a catch, and keep this drive alive, and why not? Again, with the Chargers, they just have the playmakers on the outside, and Cables is throwing the ball well. He's getting great protection. And
well, that's flipping the field. Just under 6 minutes to go here in a half. 2 in the backfield for the Chargers. Schultz, there's a muff up, and Cables keeps the ball. He dives forward inside the 30. He'll pick up a couple to the 29.
And sometimes those broken plays like that, Al, they just work. He picks up a couple yards there.
Picks up 3. I was watching, actually, you talk about that. I was watching the Pitt game this afternoon, and there was I don't know if you saw it, there was a muffed snap in the backfield, and I forget who it was that picked it up. I think it was, I can't remember now, but picked it up and ran it into the end zone for a touchdown. Yeah, it was like 8 yards, 7-yard run.
I did see that. That was their 3rd touchdown, I believe.
Cables now to pass. Quick pass over the middle. Almost. Oh, it was intercepted, was it not? Yes. Intercepted there. 2nd interception for Cables.
Well, from up here, it looks like it hit the ground, but they say it was a good catch. And that's a tough break for the Chargers. And again, this is the 2nd time it's happened on both of his interceptions. They're not on the same page. Cables thinks that Tate is running this route. Tate's running a different route, and he's running downfield. Tate doesn't come back to the ball like Cables thinks he's going to do, and causes an interception.
Ball's on the 17 of the Rams. They have it 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Lowry once again making the moves. Boy, he's got quick feet, and he finally brought down out at the 35-yard line.
And the one thing here is there's a lot of time, and Rochester's been able to sustain these long drives and be able to get in the end zone. And
18-yard run for Lowry.
Lowry and Norman just controlling the pace of this game right here. The Chargers are going to have to come up with a big defensive stop. They want to keep the score the way it is before halftime.
Timeout, Chargers. That's their 2nd timeout. 4:48 left here in the 2nd quarter. Coaching staff out there calming down the Chargers are getting all excited.
Yeah, you can't get rattled here. You got to keep your composure.
Yeah.
Stay poised. It's still a 1-point game. You did a great job, minus the 2 interceptions.
Right.
But they're just on miscues. It's not like Cables is doing anything wrong. They're just not on the same page.
Right. Yeah, unfortunately, I see Brazell on crutches down there on the sidelines.
Yeah, Brandon's down there hobbling around on crutches. Hopefully it's just a tweak and it's not something that's going to keep him out too long. And those guys are tough.
Oh, it's got to be something. If Brazell, I mean,
they're super tough guys.
I made the after this play, I'll tell you the story. 1st and 10 from the 35. Norman going to keep her straight up the middle. Nothing fancy. Up to the 40-yard line. That's 5-yard pickup. Make it 6 to the 41.
And Cables with a shoestring tackle there. Looked like he got a piece of him.
It'll be 2nd down, 4. Last week I likened some of the Chargers and the Brazells, especially like the knight in Search of the Holy Grail. You know, merely a flesh wound. You know, he has no leg. You know.
That's how they are.
Yeah.
Though. That's just the makeup of those guys.
It's no doubt.
Their grittiness and toughness.
From the 41, Norman is going to keep it himself. around the far side. He's got the first down around the corner, brought down there. And Norman's still running, but his knee came down. It'll be a first down at the 49-yard line. Call it. Let's see where they mark it. One official has it at the 50. Now they're coming back to the 49. Pickup of 8. Be first down.
And Rochester just doing enough right now to keep the Chargers off balance. Norman on the keep there, getting good blocking on the outside. He's very quick. Lowry picking up some great yardage too. It's just that 1-2 punch that they have, and their line is giving them all the time in the room in the world to get some yardage. The Chargers are going to have some pushback.
Yeah, and that was the strength of the Chargers last week.
Yeah, they just got to find a way here to be all dialed in. And
Norman, pretty much an empty set. Lowry up the middle. All the way to the Charger 45-yard line where he gets the stop. They're going to mark him at the 44.
Rochester just running these A gaps here. They're running right up the middle, getting good blockage.
Picks up 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
See if the Chargers don't pinch that middle here to, and I know they don't want to get beat on the outside, but right now it's just, you got to find a way to get stops. You got to gamble a little bit.
You got a timeout called. I think Rochester called one this time, if I'm not mistaken. No, offsides on the Chargers. That's a first down for the Rams.
Well, that's the one thing that you can't do there either. You want to give them any more opportunities than they're already getting with the ground game.
That moves the ball to the 39 of the Chargers.
Now, the one thing that I will say is a little bit in the Chargers' hands. There's still a little bit on the clock. You got 2:30, but the way the Rochester's offense is, if they don't pick up a big 40-yard gain,
they run the clock out.
Right.
Handoff around to the left side. Brought down after about a pickup of 2 or 3. Was that Haskins?
It looked like that time it was Haskins.
It'll be 2nd down from the 36, pickup of 3.
And I'm surprised to see them taking so much time right now not to get to the line of scrimmage here. They must really think that they got a couple plays in their bag where Norman or Lowry can break free.
And they've got all 3 of their timeouts. They haven't used any. One in the backfield with Norman. He's going to throw it. And it's going to be just in and out of the hands of Dom Guido. Incomplete. That stops the clock with 1:32. It'll be 3rd down.
And they had us fold up here. We think they're going to keep running the ball, and they take a chance.
Well, that's what they do. They
know?
lull you to sleep and then
finally take a chance, and they actually had what they wanted. They had him one-on-one. He broke free. They threw it over the top. He just couldn't come up with the pass.
Norman has twins to the far side, hands it off to Lowry up the middle. He gets hit pretty quickly, picks up 1 or 2 inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Picks up 2. It'll be 4th down.
Big stop there. And obviously, you know they're going to go for it here, but see if the Chargers can come up with a big defensive stop on 4th down.
What they'll probably do is I'm thinking let the clock run down. There's another 20 seconds left on the play clock.
Might take a timeout and see if they can dial something up.
Of course, I could be wrong. Play clock's down to 10. Twins to either side. One sidecar for Norman. He's going to get the play off. Quarterback draw, and he's up. I think he's got the first down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Pick up a 7.
And I'm still surprised here. They're not calling timeout. Maybe they are right here. There you go.
Timeout, Rochester.
And what a great design play there by Rochester. Just a delayed quarterback sneak by Norman. And he got a big hole to pick up the first down. I got 40 seconds on the clock before halftime. I mean, you got to think that they're going to take at least 1 or 2 shots in the end zone. They might have to, try to throw the ball a little bit. Maybe they come out here right off the bat and try to run one of their good plays from shotgun, see if they can get Lowry out in the open with his feet. But if not, they got 2 timeouts in their bag. I'm sure they're going to call one, take some shots at the end zone, at least give themselves a chance to score before halftime.
Well, again, Gene Matzoff, he knows what he's doing over there, so.
Yeah, he's a guru.
Yes, he is.
He's been doing it for a long time, and Rochester has been at the top of the whip quite a few times.
Twins to either side, one sidecar for Norman. I believe that's Lowry. It is. He's going to pass it, and it's going to be flags, pre-snap flag procedure on Rochester.
What a break there for the Chargers. And that's a tough one for Rochester because you just come out of a timeout and you make a mistake on a snap count that you already know what's going to happen. You just talked about it. That's a tough break, and looks like they had a good play dialed up. They were faking the handoff, getting some slants across the middle.
Little play action.
Yeah.
Fake to Lowry.
And the Chargers were biting all over it, too.
40 seconds on the game clock.
And there's 40 seconds left. Wanted a clock change. The call came up. And the clock is correct now. After that timeout. From the 32. 1st and 15 for the Rams. Snap back. And it's a pitch to Lowry. To the near side. He cuts it upfield. Brought down short of the 20-yard line. It'll be to the 21. Pickup of 11.
Another timeout by Rochester. And there's your couple passes by Rochester. Just short swing out to the left.
I marked it down as a pass. I think that was technically a lateral. I think
Yeah,
he passed it
absolutely.
back. But I marked it as a pass. But
And Lowry just trying to get him open field.
picked up 11. He needed 15, so it's. I'm sorry. Picked up 9, and he needed 15, so it's 2nd and 6.
And this is going to be a big, crucial time in this game. And this is going to mean a lot. The momentum going in at halftime, and the Chargers can get a big stop here. You know, they're fired up going into halftime. They know it's a 1-point game. They're going to come out and play defense in the second half. But for Rochester, they're right here. They're super excited because they're like, if we can put points on the board here, then we get the ball back to start the second half.
2nd and 5 from the 22. They need to get to the 17. Norman, slow snap. He rolls to the far side, throws it, incomplete. Brady Brazell and Tonery were in the vicinity trying to hit Lowry. He went in a little wheel pattern there.
Yeah, and that was just bad snap by Rochester, and Norman rolling out. Just a little broken play from the start. Luckily for the Chargers, it goes incomplete.
It'll be 3rd down from the 22. 22 seconds left on the scoreboard clock. Norman has a sidecar to his right. It's Lowry. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. The throw. Almost intercepted at the 9-yard line. Incomplete. Schultz almost comes up with a big one as he smacks his helmet.
Schultz doing a great job there. Almost comes up with the interception. Trying to look for Ledford was Norman, and a little bit of miscommunication. Ledford kept running and didn't curl back to the football.
We're going to try a field goal here. It would be a 40-yard field goal.
Let's see if the Chargers call timeout here.
Chargers do call a timeout.
No, Rochester calls that one.
Rochester called timeout. That's their third.
Not surprised to see him call a timeout here, but if they come back out here with the field goal team again, maybe the Chargers use their timeout.
You know what? I don't know if I would do that, but they come out and set up like they're going to kick a field goal. They put the kicking tee out there on the 30-yard line. So if they come up and act like they're going to kick a field goal, if I'm the Chargers, I'm not playing for the field goal. I'm playing the fake all the way.
You got to watch the fake here.
I mean, this kid's got a nice foot, but I don't know if he's got a 40-yard foot. We'll see. Had a 41 kicked against them last week. High snap. They do kick it, and this one is going to be just short. No, it's good, just over. It's a 40-yard field goal.
Wow.
So, with 11 seconds left, Rams open up a 4-point lead. It's 16-12 over the Chargers.
I mean, hey, if you got the foot, why not? And good call by Rochester. And
yeah.
Great kick, great hold, good snap. And for the Chargers, it's still, you know, you did your job. You got to tip your cap to that one. It's a 40-plus yard field goal that they just made. But you're still in the ball game, 16-12. I think the Chargers, if they don't get a great return here, they're probably going to sit on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just come out of the second half, make your adjustments. You know what you got to do on defense. Come out, clean up the offense a little bit. It's going to be a great second half.
He kick it high and short. Fielded at the 23. And ball comes loose. The Chargers pick it up inside the 20. I thought he was down, actually, but evidently not. Evidently the ball came out before he hit the ground. It'll be the Charger ball at the 19-yard line. And
time ran out.
But the time ran out.
And which is a good break for the Chargers. No fumble and the time runs out. So you can get to halftime. You didn't want no mistakes there. Probably wasn't even a smart thing to try to return it. I mean, for the Chargers, they shouldn't even try to return the ball because you don't want something like that happening. That changes the whole game. But nonetheless, Chargers only down 4.
So, all right, at the end of half, it's Rams 16, the Chargers 12. We will reset, and I'll see if I can't fix those graphics for you, and then we'll be back for halftime show. But first, here's a word from some of our sponsors.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure and it really just is an amazing experience.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure, and it really just is an amazing experience.
Welcome back to halftime. I want to go over, get some check-off lists on that we have to get done, and we'll let you maybe enjoy some of the halftime show here on the field. But hey, there's no better way to see yourself as an OLSH student than to become an OLSH Charger for a day. All 8th grade students and transfers to grades 10 and 11 are invited to join us as a shadow for the day and experience firsthand what it's like to be a student here at OLSH. Students will be assigned a Charger ally, which is your host for the day. You'll attend classes, meet the teachers and students, and eat lunch with us on us. The Charger for a Day program begins on October 3rd, so pre-register now for your experience at www.olsh.org/visit. Also, you want to save the date and join us on Monday, October 9th, as we welcome motivational speaker Dustin Dale to kick off our new OLSH speaker series. For more information is coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for Charger football. That would be Doughboys Oven Fresh Pizza. You can order online at Doughboys Pittsburgh, that's DOUGHBOYSPGH.com, or you can call them at 412-771-1030.
Al, I think we should get some Doughboys for the game.
You think? I'll go down and see if they got some in the concession stand. We do want to thank the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 712, that's IBEW, Local 712. Lasego Automotive Sales and Service. Please call them at 412-276-6244. Want to thank Trim Pittsburgh. It's a shop for men located in Lawrenceville and coming soon to the Ross Park Mall this fall, the fall of 2023. As always, we do want to thank Brewer Airport Toyota, Western Pennsylvania's #1 volume Toyota dealer. Keep Brewer Airport Toyota in mind and like them on Facebook. You can learn more at brewerairporttoyota.com. So 16-12, Rochester with the lead, and real quick, Christian, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I thought it was a great first half, entertaining, both sides of the ball for both teams. Rochester just doing a great job right now, just running the ball and getting exactly what they want with Norman and Lowry's legs and being behind their front seven. And then, you know, for the Chargers, they've had great drives. They've gotten the end zone twice. Good job by the line, giving some protection to Cavels, and big-time plays by Tate, big-time plays by Speedy. And right now, it's just the Chargers actually looking at the scoreboard, they did a great job. You know, the way Rochester has kind of controlled this game on the ground and found the end zone, for it only to be a 4-point game and the Chargers to be right here after giving 2 turnovers and 2 interceptions, you know, that I think were just miscues. I wouldn't say that they're, you know, were bad passes. I just think they were all not on the same page. So you make those adjustments at halftime. You come out here, the Chargers are being super physical. Guys are stepping up. With Brazell going down and Greer being out, and now it's just about, you know, playing a great second half, staying together, and finding a way to get a W.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the Chargers haven't played a bad game. Just a couple plays have really hurt them, and they're, you know, they just have to not make those plays. I mean, it sounds easy. You just have to not make those plays.
Right.
But those are decision things, and like you said, I think it was either a receiver zigged or zagged when they were supposed to do the other, or Cavels didn't throw it to the right place. It was one of those two. I mean, it was obviously something was off, because when the receiver turns to the left and the pass goes to the right, one of them is wrong.
Right. And if you're Coach Don and your coaching staff, you just go in a locker room right now and you say, hey, we got to make these adjustments. You know, no time to panic. We're right here. We're in the game. We did what we wanted, but you got to limit the turnovers. And you also got to keep getting stops on defense and making sure you cut down the big yardage and the big gains by Norman and Lowry.
Right, they're going to get their runs. They're going to make their plays. But like that's exactly right. They just have to make the stops and stiffen their defense. And right now, the Rams are making it work, and the Chargers are too. But they just haven't capitalized.
Right, absolutely. And I think that the other thing too is for the Chargers, keep letting the ball fly. You're getting opportunities. You're getting chances. Speedy Gardner's been terrific. He's open. He's beating the cornerbacks and the safeties downfield. So why not keep taking chances? And Cavels is getting his time. And then on the defensive end, like you said, you just got to button up a little bit. You got to make sure you're on your P's and Q's and you're communicating and kind of trying to jam these holes up for Rochester and make sure they're not picking up big gains for first downs and keeping drives alive.
All right, we'll step aside real quick. We'll come back and get you ready for second half action. The Chargers will be kicking off to the Rams as we start the second half, but don't go away. We'll be right back after a couple messages here.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat, or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure, and it really just is an amazing experience.
All right, welcome back to Tiger Stadium. It's William Ripshear Field here on the campus of Moon High School. And Chargers trail by a score of 16-12. And how do we get here, you ask? Well, I can tell you. The Chargers got the ball, and they take it down the field 83 yards in 9 plays off the opening kick in 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes. And they scored on a touchdown pass from 8 yards out from Cables to Gardner. Kick was no good. Chargers, with 8:13 left on the first quarter clock, lead 6-0. Rochester takes the ensuing kickoff and goes 47 yards on 4 plays, and they score on a touchdown run, a 37-yard run by Antonio Lowry, and the kick by, I forgot, I was going to look and see who number 14 was. The kick was good, and Rochester, with 1:14 left in the first quarter, took the lead 7-6. Rochester, after an interception from Cables, they get the ball and go just short field, 19 yards in 5 plays in 3 minutes, and the kick was blocked, but it was a touchdown run by Lowry, his second of the game. It was a 3-yard plunge, and Rochester with it goes into the still 2 minutes and 47 seconds left, I'm sorry, on the first quarter clock, and Rochester had a 13-6 lead. Well, OLSH gets the ball next in the ensuing kickoff. They go 65 yards in 7 plays in 2 minutes and 39 seconds. It was another touchdown pass, this time from Cables to Garner again, and his second touchdown of the game. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good. The Chargers trailed by 1, 13-12, with 11:50 left on the halftime clock. Well, a couple turnovers by both the teams, and finally Rochester will get the ball on their own 17-yard line after another interception, and they end up going 61 yards in 14 plays in 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and it was a 40-yard field goal. Nice job from the near hash mark, and put it through the uprights just barely enough. It probably cleared by a foot, but it was good enough. And that was another 3 points and made it 16-12 with 11 seconds left in the halftime. And that's where we're at right now, 16-12. The Chargers will be kicking off to the Rams as we start the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, what a great job again by the Chargers, you know, on offense, and Speedy Gardner having the 2 touchdowns, and Cables and him hooking up, and they've been doing a great job, and except for those 2 miscues with the interceptions. But, you know, the game's right where you want it. It's going to be an exciting second half, and it's really going to come down to what we talked about earlier, Al, who gets stops.
Right.
You know, I think the first team that gets, you know, multiple stops, I think is going to win this football game.
I tend to agree with you. Stops and stop the turnovers, because both teams had a couple turnovers. Well, actually, no. Rochester had that one fumble, but they got it for like an 11-yard gain or something.
Down.
It was a first down, yeah. But, yeah, it was fumbled in the backfield, and it ended up going forward to 11 yards. They fell on it for a first down. And that was one of the key plays to extend that drive.
Yeah, extend that drive,
yeah.
and it leads to a touchdown. You know, we've had some weird sequence in a couple of these plays for both the Chargers and the Rams. But, you know, nonetheless, here we go. Second half, it's going to be super exciting, and you want to stay tuned into this one.
Well, Rochester will go home next week, and they're going to play New Brighton on Friday in another rivalry game. Chargers, on the other hand, they're going to go on the road for the first time in 2023, and they will travel to Clairton for a big matchup. Last year, the Chargers split with Clairton. They beat them the first time in the regular season and then lost to them in the playoffs. So a little revenge factor in there for the Chargers, and to take advantage of Clairton right now, who's struggling. They have yet to score in 2023 after 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, and you know that's going to change at some point.
Yeah.
They're still the Clairton Bears.
They are the Clairton Bears, and we're playing on Clairton Bear turf. So, all right, Brady Brazel will tee it up on the 40-yard line. They'll be headed from the left side to the right side. The Rams prepare to receive the kick. Back deeper, Lowry, and it's to the up man, and he's down at the, that was Mason Lucci, I think, number 6, picked the ball up right around the 30-yard line.
They just ran into each other there.
Yeah. I don't know where they're going to mark that. I thought he was at the 30-31. Let's see. They're going to mark him at the 34-yard line. That's how much I know. So here we go, from the 34. Rochester, another tight formation. Under center, he's going to turn around and hand it off. Hitting the backfield.
Go, baby! Let's go. Throwing down to the backfield by number 58,
Cam Branch with the hit in the backfield on the running back. Amir Curry brings him down.
And there's your adjustment right there. Cam Branch setting the tone.
They're going to say no gain. I thought he got hit in the backfield.
So did I. Oh, man, that's a couple times tonight where they're just struggling to get the spot right.
Yeah,
on both sides of the ball.
I'm not getting that. This time he's going to hand it off to Lowry, right up the gut. He's going to fall forward to about the 37-yard line. Pickup of 3.
You're seeing the Chargers in these first 3 plays.
Jam up the front line, yeah.
Jamming up the line. They're pinching. They're doing a good job being physical up there.
3rd and 7 from the 37. The yard of gain is the 44-yard line. Twins to either side for Norman. Lowry will be the sidecar in the backfield. Norman back to pass. Here comes the rush. A little screen pass attempted. They got it completed, and it's going to be a first down and more. Across the 50-yard line. He's got some open field. Couple Chargers to beat. Tonery wraps him up and brings him down, but not before he's inside the Charger 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams on a perfectly executed middle screen.
And the one thing there, the Chargers, they finally take a chance in trying to blitz, and I thought it was a good time for it. You're threatening, it's 3rd down, you're trying to get a stop, and here Rochester is able to just, Norman keeps it an extra second long enough to make sure he can dump it out on that screenplay, and what a big gain for Rochester, and it just flips the script here.
38 yards on the play, gives him a 1st and 10 at the Charger 28. Norman direct snap, and he's going to take it up off the right side all the way up to the Charger 21-yard line. Pickup of 7.
And then again, just Norman doing a good job with the keep. Setting up a 2nd and short here.
Yeah, 2nd down and 2 from the 21. Norman hands it off to Lowry. Hit at the 21. He'll fall forward for the 1st down up to the 17-yard line.
This is something you didn't want to happen. The Chargers come out, they're firing on all cylinders. They're pinching the line of scrimmage there and getting good stops in the backfield, and then Rochester just keeps it alive with that screenplay, and now all of a sudden Rochester threatening here to score.
Once again, and we have a timeout called by Rochester.
Now that's something that could be playing a big factor here late in the game. You need your timeouts in your bag, and
have to take one early here.
Yeah, and Rochester knows that this drive is crucial, and I think the Chargers know that too. I mean, this could be that separation here if the Chargers aren't able to at least hold Rochester to trying to kick another field goal. You know, it could put you in a little bit of territory where you haven't been able to stop them on the ground all night, and they're threatening to go up 2 scores.
8:35 on the 3rd quarter clock. As you can see, I got the graphic fixed.
Always working your magic somehow. And you got the little Happy Labor Day up there too.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Hope everybody does have a happy Labor Day weekend. Be safe out there.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 from the 17. Rochester with the ball on a drive here. Started on their own 34-yard line. Norman with Lowry in the backfield. Man in motion. Jet sweep, and he's got it. Around the corner. He's got the 1st down. He goes out of bounds. That is Carter Mason with the carry. It's going to be a 1st and goal, I believe. Nope, short of the 1st down sticks. From the 8-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 1.
I think we were all under the impression that he got a 1st down there.
I did too. I
must have just stepped out of bounds right before.
I guess it's 2nd and 2, but what do you have it marked now? Lowry off the right side again. They're working that right side. It's going to be close to the 1st down. I'm not sure if he's got it or not. The one side judge is saying, yeah, move the sticks.
And now you're getting 1st and goal here.
Nope, they're saying 4th down. No, 1st down. Okay, they flipped the marker. So it's 1st and goal. Lowry gets the run again. At the 7. 1st and goal. And if I'm the Rams, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going right between the tackles or right off tackle. And there they go. Lowry off guard. He's going to go all the way into the end zone. Big push there. Rams are just dominating the line right now.
Absolutely. I mean, that's been the whole game so far. They've dominated the line of scrimmage. They're getting good blocking up front. And Norman and Lowry are just picking apart the Chargers defense right now on the ground.
Was that Lowry or Curry that went in? I'm not sure.
I thought it was Lowry.
Okay, I'm marking this Lowry. Trying for the point after. It's 22-12. 10-point lead for the Rams right now. High snap. It's down, and that one goes up and through the uprights. And it's a 11-point lead. 23-12. Rams over your Chargers right now.
And that was the one thing that we talked about. The Chargers had to come out and get a stop. Rochester just marches right down the field, doing exactly what they were doing in the first half, controlling the line of scrimmage, getting behind their blockers and finding a way to maneuver down the field and get in the end zone. But the difference on that drive, Al, was that one play where it was 3rd down, they were back in Charger territory, and they were looking to flip the field and get the ball back. And the Chargers sent a blitz, which I thought was a great time to gamble on it and try to see if he can get one. And Norman keeps it alive with his feet, and he's able to find Lowry in the flat on a screen, and Lowry just picks up a big gain.
Well, it was a 66-yard drive, 8 plays in 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Final play was a touchdown run by Lowry from 7 yards out. Nothing fancy, right between the tackles. Kick was good, 23-12, 7:37 left, and here's a pooch kick to the 30-yard line. It gets past everybody to the 20, picked up there and hammered. The ball is loose, and Rochester has the ball. 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line. And right now, Rochester has total control of this game.
I mean, that's just something that can't happen. That's inexcusable there. Gardner should have just let the ball.
No, you can't. Gets a free kick. But
well, yeah, but I'm saying he should have just let the ball bounce to him. He kind of made a weird play at the ball. Like, you know, he was trying to avoid the defender and pick up the ball at the same time. That's a tough one there. Rochester, last couple previous kicks have been out of bounds, and that time they keep it inbounds, and Gardner just can't get his hands on it.
Ball on the 17. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They're trying to put a nail in this coffin early. Norman now is going to go right after him right away. This is going to be incomplete. Trying for that flag pattern.
Yeah, I think they wanted interference there too, but I think it wasn't catchable. I think if
that's not a rule in high school.
No, I know.
But I think they were both going for the ball. They were both turning for the ball, so it was incidental contact there. Incomplete.
But don't you think that they, played that into account a little bit, even though that's not a rule in high school? But don't you think they kind of look at it a little bit?
They're
not supposed to. But,
you're right.
But I feel like you just watch so much football, and you just know, like, hey, it wasn't catchable ball.
Oh, bad snap here. Pops high in the air. Norman just goes to the deck, and it's going to be a sack by the Chargers. Cables and who was that? Cables and Matlock both in on Norman. He's sacked all the way back thanks to the bad snap.
Chargers almost catch a break there.
The loss of 8. Back to the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 10, or 3rd down and 18.
And if the Chargers want to have a chance to win this ball game, they got to get a stop on this drive. They cannot let Rochester get in the end zone again.
They can't even let them get points here.
No, absolutely not.
Keeper by Norman. Up the middle he goes. Inside the 20. Chargers surround him and pull him down. Back close to the original line of scrimmage. I think he got 7 of the lost 8 back. Let's see where they mark it. Cam Branch on the tackle. They're going to mark it at the 18. He'll pick up 7. It'll be 4th down from the 18. If you hear the wind, that's the fan on us. So
yeah, right.
It's kind of steamy. It's kind of cooling off a little bit now, but it's kind of steamy here in the broadcast booth, press box.
This is a big 4th down here
This is huge.
For both teams.
Yeah.
I mean, Rochester can really try to put this game away early in the 3rd, where the Chargers know they need a stop.
How about this? Rochester takes their 2nd time out.
Well, that's another thing that's going to play a factor here. I mean, this is such a big, crucial moment in the game. This is the turning point right here.
Yeah, less than 6 minutes into the 2nd half, they've taken 2 timeouts already, and that's how crucial this possession is.
Absolutely, because the way Rochester plays the game and the way they've been running the ball all night, that, like you said, if they score again or get any type of points here, that clock is going to keep turning when they get the ball. And the Chargers, you know, they've been able to kind of have their way a little bit and make some plays, but they can afford. They've had some miscues that's shot themselves in the foot a little bit, and now it's like they got to clean it up, but they got to get a good defensive stop here on 4th down.
Yeah, you got it right. The Chargers proved that they can move the ball, but a couple times they did score twice, but a couple times they shoot themselves in the foot and couldn't finish. So
right.
Well, here we go. 4th and 11 for the Rams from the Charger 18, and they can stop them anywhere before to the 7-yard line. The Chargers will have dodged a bullet. Norman's going to pitch it back to Lowry on the corner. He's going to try to flip it into the end zone, and that's going to fall incomplete, and the Chargers are going to turn it over on downs on their own 18-yard line, and what a bullet dodge there.
Absolutely. A little razzle-dazzle play by the Rams, and a little pitch out to the right. We thought they were going to run it, and no, he turns upfield. He throws the ball into the end zone to Guido, but the Chargers, Speedy Gardner there to make a big-time defensive stop. And the Chargers are going to get the ball here. Dodging a bullet.
On their own 18.
Not giving up points. But now you have to sustain a drive here, and you got to get in the end zone on this play.
I could imagine that little huddle on the sideline with Gene Matzuk. He was saying, okay, boys, remember that razzle-dazzle play we practiced this week? Let's run it.
And almost worked.
Hand off to Schultz. Breaks one tackle in the backfield. He pushes forward. He got, I think, back to the original line of scrimmage. And good effort there by Isaiah Schultz just to get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Oh, they're going to say he lost a yard. Back to the 17. 2nd down and 11. You need Van to air one out here to Speedy or Dorian over here on the near side.
Absolutely. Why not take a shot?
He's looking, steps up, dodges one tackle, gets pulled down at the 20-yard line. He'll pick up 3. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
My whole thing here is, like you just said, take your chances. You've been able to beat them downfield on a couple deep balls today, and Tate and Speedy Greer's had some success with it.
That little almost had an RPO look to it, where he had the option, and he saw the hole, and give the Rams credit, they closed that hole quickly on Van.
Yeah, not a bad idea though for Van to use his legs.
Yeah.
He's capable. I gave him 3rd and manageable here.
Low snap. Here comes the rush. He gets hit as he throws, and that one's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down. The Chargers are going to have to punt it away, trying to hit Speedy down there around the 45-yard line. But that, again, credit the Rams. They rushed Van Cables and threw it before he really wanted to.
The Chargers got what they wanted. They got to stop, but now they're just giving the ball right back. Rochester doing a good job to stand the Chargers up now and get the ball back.
Yeah, Dorian Tate back to punt for the Chargers. Who is that standing at the 50-yard line? Is that Lowry? Usually is. Tate, high snap.
I think so.
Gets it off. It's a low liner. Bounces past Lowry. Inside the 40, he picks it up, scoops it. Schultz misses the tackle. Dodges another one. Now he's got a wall of blockers down the far sideline. Lowry across the 40. Makes a cut, and he slips and falls at the Charger 30-yard line. Schultz almost had him back at the Rams 30-yard line, and he's slow getting up. And I don't know if that's frustration or exhaustion
and
or
I'm sure
both.
It's a little bit of both. And Tate coming up hobbled here. They're taking a look at him. I think he got hit after he punted that ball, and that was a great punt too, and the ball took a nice roll. Schultz almost comes up with a great tackle that would have put the Chargers in a great position, flipping the field.
They have the ball marked at the Charger 28-yard line. Oh wait, they haven't moved the sticks. course, Tate is down getting looked at, and the officials are all talking right now. So let's see what's going to happen. We got
there's a marker down there.
Oh, there's a marker down.
There's a marker
there
down.
Could have been a block in the back there by the Rams. Let's see. Here's the call. Block in the back against the Rams. So this one's coming with. Oh, they're going to decline that. Roughing the kicker, personal foul. The Chargers are going to get the ball back and have a first down.
Like I said, I was looking at the ball, but I knew Tate was on the ground, and I knew had some guys rushing in there and putting some pressure on Tate, and he's coming up hobbled here. Probably got him when his leg was in the air, unfortunately, but hopefully he's okay. He walks it off here.
That'll move the ball up. The line of scrimmage was the 20. That'll move it up 15 to the 35. Chargers have the ball now at the 35-yard line.
But now that's a big help for the Chargers. Getting the ball back here with the penalty. And after the big gain by Rochester on the punt.
Spread offense here for the Chargers. Cable's pre-snap whistle. And what do we got? I didn't see what the... Oh, delay game.
Delay game.
That'll move them back 5. So it'll go back to the 30-yard line. First and 15 for the Chargers. Twins to either side for the Chargers. Cable's quick snap over to Gardner. Gardner gets up to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second, and he looks like he's... Oh, no. I think he's okay.
I thought so, too. When he went down the way he was moving, he got sandwiched a little bit there.
Gain of 5, back to the 35. It'll be second and 10.
For the Chargers here, you just got to take a chance at some point. Use your speed on the outside.
I agree.
See if you can catch another one.
That little bubble screen that they work so well. Yeah, I agree.
Just catch Rochester sleeping a little bit.
Somebody out on the wings. Cable's going to flip it out. Tate. Again, Cables was rushed on his throw. Threw it a little bit behind Tate, and one of the Rams is down.
Well, it looked like Cables got hit there on the arm when he threw the ball out to Tate, but Rochester's just bringing the heat right now. They just keep bringing the house. They're blitzing.
Oh, yeah, they blitzed 2 off the ends down that play. This is Norman that's down. Jaden Norman.
And that's not good for
And they're not stretching
Rochester.
him out. They're not stretching him out like it's cramps, so he's got his helmet off and looks like he's in a little bit discomfort. He's up on his elbows now, so.
And Norman's had a big night.
Oh, yeah.
And it's led to the success of the Rams tonight and them putting 23 points on the board.
Thanks to all our sponsors tonight. We'll run through them one more time. Doughboy Oven Fresh Pizza, IBEW Local Union 712, Lasego Automotive Sales and Service, Trim Pittsburgh, and Brewer Airport Toyota. Thank you, folks, for making all of this possible.
The Chargers keep catching some breaks here. Now it's just you got to find a way to get in the end zone. You got to put some points on the board.
Big 3rd and 10 here. .233 left here in the 3rd quarter. Chargers trail by 11, 23-12. And
Who is that? Schultz down there taking a nap? What's he
I
doing?
don't know. I'm trying to see who that is. He's sideways. I can't see the number. Yeah, it was Isaiah.
What's he doing?
He says, well, Jaden Norman is laying down. I'm going to lay down and take a rest, too.
He's a character,
He
man.
is. He's fun.
He is.
So they're
And this
helping.
doesn't look good
No,
for Norman.
no,
I
it
mean,
doesn't.
he's
putting
having
no weight,
trouble.
Putting no weight on his left leg,
Yeah.
ankle, whatever. Ankle, knee, I can't tell, but.
Hope he's okay. He's a terrific player.
Yeah.
He's been spectacular all night.
Both on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got great leadership on the field. He's got great speed.
Well, he is one of the senior leaders on this team, so and his teammates come out and help carry him off. So now the Chargers. 3rd down and 10 from the 35 after that incomplete pass.
You got to take a shot here. You just got to gamble a little bit.
Here they come again. No, he's offsides. That's 5 yards. That makes it easy. That was Dom Guido trying to jump the count, trying to anticipate.
And this could be a big turning point in this game right now. Unfortunately, with Norman going out, and that's a big loss for Rochester. And the Chargers trying to keep this drive alive.
Well, that moves the ball up to the 40.
You got your playmakers on the edges here.
So
Tate setting up in the slot here. Got Gardner out to the right.
3rd and 5. Cables. He's got Tate across the middle into Ram territory inside the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 41-yard line.
And Cables just makes it so effortless. The low snap, gets his hands on it. Tate slant route from the slot. Cables hitting him right over the middle. Great catch.
19 yards on the play.
Picks up a big first down. Keeps this drive alive.
Going to mark it at the 42, make it an 18-yard play.
Look for Speedy here. Take a shot, one-on-one.
Low snap, Cables. He's got Schultz inside the 40. That's getting something out of nothing. From the 42, he picks up about 5 to the 38. Make it 4. Picks up 4.
And that was the best thing you could get out of that.
Oh,
broken
yeah.
play, kind of bad snap. Cables corrals it. And Schultz just hanging tight, coming back to the football and able to make a play, pick up a few yards.
I mean, I don't know. You hear a lot of in all sports, and he's got the slow heartbeat. You know, he just looks calm and cool back there.
He's
Yeah.
calm.
Schultz Cables on the keeper. He gets up to the 35-yard line before he's pulled down off the left side.
I mean, he took a shot there too.
It'll be 3rd down and 3.
See if the Chargers can, you're in 4-down territory here. See if they can pick up this first down. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to take a shot here.
Yeah, it's 4-down territory for the Chargers. Cable's going to look to pass. Can't hit Gardner, a little bit too tall for him. He'd have had the first down. He was inside the 30-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
He got right to the sticks. He got where he wanted to go. Pass is just a little bit high out of his reach. Was coming in a little hot there.
Yeah.
Hard for him to handle.
22 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
And what a big 4th down play this is. Big, big fourth down play.
Vitorino out wide to the left side. Twins to either, both sides. Cables looking down the middle. He's got a man too far for Tate. He had him wide open. Tate was 5 yards behind everybody, but Cables couldn't connect with him. It's a turnover on downs. The Rams hold at their own 35-yard line, but I'll tell you what, if that was 2 yards shorter, it was a touchdown Chargers.
Wow. And we talked about it before. Cables just stands in the pocket. He's so calm. He didn't even move from the pocket. Two-step drop, and Tate breaks free on the route, and he just overthrows him. Can't corral it. Bring it in for the first down, and would have been possibly a touchdown, but he had to lay out for it.
That's what I said. If it was 2 yards shorter, he's catching it on the run.
He's running into the end zone. And that's the difference in this game right now.
Inches.
It's just inches and a couple plays.
Lowry trying to get the corner. He's hit right at the fumble. The Chargers jump on it. 1st and 10 Chargers. They get the ball right back on a fumble by Lowry, and it's 1st and 10 Chargers at the 35.
Oh, what a big-time job. Schultz, what a big hit. Brazel in on the tackle as well. They get the fumble recovery. And just like that, the Chargers get the football back and have a chance here. And what did we just talk about was the fact that Norman goes out of the game and they have to play a little wildcat offense. They have Lowry catching the snap and just miscues.
Right.
And that's been the game on both sides so far.
Right, no doubt.
And this could be a game changer right here. Now you got the momentum.
Now you got 1st and 10 from the 35. Cables. Oh, a little flea flicker from Brazel back to Cables. And that one goes out of bounds, trying to hit Garner down the sideline.
Well, he had what he wanted, one-on-one coverage. He has Gardner, and he's already has 2 touchdowns tonight, and Cables just gets hit. It was a great design flea flicker, but just couldn't get enough time to get that pass off. Would have got to Gardner, but I love them taking a chance. Because
no doubt. Yeah.
Right now you have to, because time's starting to become a factor a little bit. I mean, you're still in the game, but you need 2 scores.
And this will be the last play of the third. There's 4 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Vitorino and Tate go wide to the far side. It'll be Gardner and Ellis across the middle. He's got him. That's Tate on the little post pattern. Over the middle, Tate picks it up. It should be a first down inside the 25. We're going to say right at the 25. 10-yard pass to Tate. 1st and 10 Chargers.
And that has been open all night for the Chargers. That little post pattern, a little slant across the middle. Tate in the slot, and him and Cable's just been hooking up for that 10-yard little slant play across the middle, and now you're going in the 4th quarter here. Chargers threatening. They're right where they want them. It's been a physical, gritty game.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of momentum shifts here, and some key plays, key injuries, unfortunately.
Yeah, for both teams, yeah.
Both teams, and now you're setting up shop for a great 12 minutes of football here. Chargers threatening to score, but they're down 2 scores. They got to find a way to get in the end zone quick here, but the momentum's on their side now.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and you said it before, Christian. That pass over the middle has been open for them all night, and then if they go deep on it, they've been able to get behind the Ram defensive backs. So
yeah, they're having opportunities. I think that the one thing that's been happening since halftime here in this third quarter is that Rochester's been blitzing, and they've been getting on the edge a little too much for the Chargers' liking, and they're not. The Chargers are slowing down a little bit, where in the first half Cables had some time to throw, and now he's not getting as much time. I think the Chargers are starting to wear down a little bit, but they got to just fight through. They got to know that right now you're a score away from getting right back into it where you want to be, and just getting one stop and getting the chance to have the football back.
Well, here we go. First and 10 for the Chargers from the 25. Cable sends Tate in motion. Little flip pass to Tate. He's going to dive up, and I think he's going to be stopped just short of the line of scrimmage. It'll go for a loss of 1 back to the 26-yard line. That's technically a pass to Tate.
The Chargers haven't had too much success with, those little pitch patterns and shovel passes. They haven't had too much success with it tonight.
Well, that's been a key play in their playbook for years. When the Bradley years here, he loved that little shovel pass. Trips to the near side for the Chargers. Cables with Brazell in the backfield. Back to pass. He's going to flip it toward the end zone. Tate, and that one's going to be incomplete. He caught the ball. Rams intercepted it, but he come down out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Oh, Cable's had some time there. Tate runs the right pattern. He gets right to the pylon. It was a good throw, but Rochester just jumps it. Good defensive stop by them and able to knock it down. They almost, luckily for the Chargers, he didn't pick that one off.
You know what? They keep going to that little out pattern, that flag pattern. But you know what? That one's been open too. But I really like that one over the middle. So, all kind of jump movement all over the place. I think the Chargers are guilty here. Oh, timeout. Timeout, OLSH.
I think now if you're the Chargers, you got to just make it manageable here on 4th down if you can't pick up these 11 yards, right?
You got to at least get half of it.
Yeah, so you got to go into your playbook right now and you got to say, okay, what can we do to pick up a couple yards or maybe the 1st down? But like we've been saying, go across the middle again. It's been open. Or you can get it out into the flat and try to use your speed and use your athleticism.
They've been
get out in the open.
The Rams have been pushing upfield from the line and on the ends this whole second half. I mean, like you said, they're getting in the backfield quick. Use that against them with a little bubble screen or middle screen.
Yeah, and actually it looked like the Chargers were setting up with something like that because they had Schultz, Tate, and Gardner all on the same side, and now it looks like Schultz might be going
to the far side.
To the far side here, but you got Speedy and you got Tate here on this near side here.
You could put Schultz in motion here.
I would love to see some cross pattern here. Maybe a little mix-up. You're going their man coverage.
Cable's back to put. Here comes the
down
the middle. Wide open is Tate, and he dropped the ball. Tate drops the ball at the 1-yard line. He smelled the end zone, Christian.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. You've got your 2 playmakers on the near side here set up shop, and you have them one-on-one with the man coverage, and man, did they and I said it right before he snaps the ball. I said a cross pattern. They're going for the cross pattern, and what's Tate do? He hitches back into the middle, wide open.
What did I say? Where they should go, in the middle?
Yeah,
and there was nobody within 10 yards of him. He could have turned around and tiptoed in. Brings up 4th and 11 from the 26. Cable's back to pass one more time. Here comes the pressure. Little flip pass, and that one's going to be intercepted by Mason. Down the sideline, he's going to go. He's gone. Brady Brazell's going to give him. And it's a pick 6 for about, 85, 90 yards. I didn't see where he picked it off at, Christian, but he went down the sideline. That was nothing but green between him and the end zone. And the Rams are making a statement right now against the Chargers.
The one thing that couldn't happen was that right there. You couldn't turn the ball over, and you really couldn't have a pick 6, 90 yards to the house. I mean, it's just
second interception for Mason.
Unfortunate right there. Big time play by Rochester and their defense and Mason, and you're just going to go back looking at this one like, man, that was inches away from Tate, just wide open, catching the ball, walking right into the end zone. And we have a great fourth quarter to now all of a sudden the Chargers' backs are really against the wall.
They really
and they're
are.
going to have to really try to find a way to score in a hurry at this point.
Snaps down. Hey, going to pick it up and scramble for it. He's going to run for the end zone. He's not going to make it. I don't know if that was the design play. I don't think it was. I think he muffed the snap there, Christian.
Yeah, I think so too, and almost made something out of nothing. But good shoestring tackle there by the Chargers to make sure that they didn't pick up the conversion and get two. Now you're looking at, you're down 3 scores here.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to score in a hurry. And the way the Chargers offense is, you know, stay on the positive side of things. They do have the deep ball threat. They can throw the ball. They've been getting, you know, opportunities at times to, and they've scored twice on the deep ball tonight to Gardner, but you're going to have to put one in the end zone real quick.
No doubt about it. Taking one back to the house off this kick would be nice, but
yeah, anything right now just to make sure that you can at least get an opportunity. But for the Chargers, this is just unfortunate. Just a couple miscues. That's a tough one, dropping that ball on the goal line.
boy, you're wanting that one back, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt about that.
That's the difference right now.
Kick goes deep. Gardner's going to track it down at the 15. Across the 30. He gets hit there. Out to around the 35-yard line. See where they mark it. Nice return there by Speedy. It'll be at the, looks like the 34 they're going to mark it. First and 10 for the Chargers at their own 34. This is, you gotta, you know, it sounds so cliche, but this definitely has all the earmarks of a must-score drive with 10 and a half to go.
Yeah, you gotta go quick here, and you gotta manage to get in the end zone.
Timeout Rams, that's their last timeout.
And again, see if that plays a factor here. For the Chargers, they just got to stay positive.
Let's
and
hope
see
it
if they
does.
can,
Let's hope that becomes a factor.
Yeah.
Because right now it's not a factor with the, you know, the lead that they have.
The one thing I'm seeing on the Chargers sideline here and with their players, it looks like these guys are, you know, one, tired. They're giving everything they got. It's a physical football team that they're playing, but also some of these guys look injured. And they,
now Speedy's.
Yeah, Gardner's down. You got Brazil with crutches.
You knew this was going to be a physical game.
Yeah, you got Greer already out.
I was going to say, I don't even see Greer. Here he comes. He's walking down the sideline.
Looks like Ellis out there limping a little bit too. These guys are, you talked about it earlier, like just trying to get out of this non-conference game with being healthy. And it's, unfortunately for the Chargers, some of these guys are banged up. Hopefully it's nothing serious that they can manage to get through in a week.
Hey, we want to remind you again about OLSH Trivia Night. It returns Saturday, September 23rd at 7 p.m. at the AAC. You need to assemble your teams, test your knowledge, and show off your creativity in the table decorating contest. All the proceeds go to the OLSH Athletic General Fund. That's another offensive weapon that comes off the field. And he's got the, and Brazil is upset. He's you know, he's all about, he wants to win, so that's just another piece of the puzzle that's
Yeah, it's just right now it's not playing in the Chargers' favor
No.
to be healthy and have their playmakers out there. And that hurts because they have guys that are big-time weapons, and they, you know, on the offensive end and the defensive end.
Well, here we go. Cables calls out a little bobbled in the backfield. That was a miscue there. He's trying to get it to Brazell. Almost fumbled. Brazell, give Brazell credit there for holding on to the ball, hitting in the backfield. He's going to lose a bunch of yards all the way back to the 28.
That's what can't happen. No miscues. You got to play flawless football here from the last 10 minutes of this game to give yourself a chance. That's not a good start.
He lost 6 on the play. Second down, 16.
If you're the Chargers, you can't get fancy here. You just got to, you know, stay with what was working early, minus the interceptions, but use your throwing ability.
Low snap. Cables goes down to get it. He's going to flip it out. Tate has the ball. What a catch by Tate. He battled through, picked up the pass. Oh, it was.
We're going to say it was incomplete.
Incomplete. Okay.
He dropped it.
Yeah,
I think he got dislodged at the very end there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see it. There was all kinds of bodies there. I thought he had it, and then I didn't see it in his hands. I said, wait a minute. Incomplete pass. Almost a good catch by Dorian.
But what's starting to happen, and we talked about it, you know, a little bit before, but the line just looks like they're slowing down for the Chargers, and Cables isn't getting too much time right now to. And he stands right in the pocket too.
No,
like he's not afraid to take a hit. He's a big guy. He can throw the ball, flick at a wrist, but he needs just a couple more seconds to get some time for his receivers to get open.
Vitorino came to the wrong side. Now Schultz goes over to the far side. 3 trips to the far side. Cables rolls to the near side. He's going to flip it out, and he's got Gardner, and that one's going to be intercepted. There's going to be flag down. This may be, I'm not sure, this may be interference on the Rams.
I mean, that's what I thought too. It looked like Gardner was out of the play there.
We'll see what the call is.
They did throw the flag. Again, the Cables trying to roll out, but getting a ton of pressure.
Even if it is, this is not going to be a first down for the Chargers. It'll be third down and short. But
no, and they're going to have to go for it.
Oh, yeah.
With them down. And
pass interference against the Rams. So the Chargers will get 15 yards out of that. That'll make it third down and 1 or 2. If Sister Francine can help me out here.
I mean, that was...
Comes up to the 43-yard line. They need to get to the 44, so it's third down and 1.
It was a big call there. But I seen... They were super physical down the line with Gardner, and first PI all night. Pick up the first down.
He got the first down there.
It's a good call.
Cable's on a keeper.
Little delay keeper. You got to take a couple shots here. You got to find a way, find your playmakers.
Goes up to the 46.
Rochester just doesn't look gassed, though.
No.
They don't. They keep the pressure on. The blitzes keep coming.
Chargers basically, I mean, they're you can see their sidelines. It's depleted. There's hardly anybody there.
Yeah, or they're going to put us in pretty soon.
Yeah.
Al. What position you playing?
Defensive back. Cables flips one out. It looks like they were trying to do that bubble screen to Tate, and he gets hit as he's throwing. It'll be second down. Incomplete. And it's right now the Rams are living in the Charger backfield.
Yeah, it's just been all over Cables for the last 3 quarters. Really, he's only had some good protection in the first quarter, and after that, it's been kind of tough. He's made some big-time plays, and so has his playmakers on the outside. But
Vitorino, Tate to the near side. Garner Out wide to the far side. Schultz and Brazel in the backfield. Cable's looking to pass, and he's got Vitorino. Makes the catch, but he's on his knees. He'll pick up 1 or 2 out to the 48. Or are they going to mark it at the 47? Pick up 1 to the 47. Third down and 9.
I'm not sure what's going on here. Chargers keep walking towards the bench, then they came back over. Oh, they moving the ball, the spot of the ball.
Yeah, he caught it on this side. It's got to go to this hash mark, not the other one.
I was confused myself because they were just going back and forth. I don't think the refs knew where they were spotting the ball.
Yeah, Chargers sideline wants the replay or the play clock reset.
Well,
Brazil hitting the backfield, breaks the tackle, breaks it upfield across the 50-yard line into Ram territory as the Rams push him back, but forward progress should be at about the 40.
That's excessive. I mean, you have to throw a flag there. You threw one earlier with Tate throwing him out of bounds after he already stepped out, but yeah. I mean, they blew the whistle here. They stand him up. You can't just throw him to the ground like that.
Mark it at the Ram 48-yard line on the Brazil run.
They're getting some tensions flaring a little bit here.
Fourth down.
It's been a physical, chippy game, and you know, of course, for the Chargers, you know they're tired and frustrated, but
5-yard pickup for Brazil. 4th and 5. Chargers going for it. Cable's looking to throw it. He gets hit as he throws. Looked like Guido hit his arm as he was running by. Turnover on downs. Rams will have it at their own 48-yard line. 7:27 left.
That's just a tough break for the Chargers. Again, Cable's just not able to get enough time. Guido gets in there and hits his arm. Can't even give himself a chance to get the ball out to a receiver. Now you're looking at Rochester just going to try to keep the ball on the ground here, keep the clock running. And
if they put the ball in the air here now, I'd be scratching my head. Watch the first play they pass. Nope, hand it up, right up the gut. First man through. And that is Lowry. It'll be 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard run.
The sophomore
to the Charger 46.
Babel comes in. And they're going to take as much time as they can here and let the play clock run all the way down. And if you're the Chargers, you need a fumble or something.
Guido with the run off the left side. He's short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Picked up 3 to the 43. Yeah, it's your purple and gold right now. Clock is not your friend.
No, not at all.
They need a big play here. All bunched up. Lowry gets the first down. Up around the 40. 1st and 10. Picks up 3.
And the way Rochester has controlled this line of scrimmage pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
They moved the Powell for a couple yards there to get the first down, keep the drive alive, and obviously the clock's going to go quick.
Yeah, the Hogs have really dominated. Yeah, it's like you said, since the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, it really in the first quarter, the Chargers, got what they wanted. They had some big time plays, but as it went on, it looked like the Chargers got tired, and Rochester just hasn't.
Dabble hands it off to Mason. Mason hits behind the line. They're going to give him forward. One side judge is up on the 39, the other one's on the 41. So marking it at the 41.
Pick up a yard there.
They lost the yard. Well, lost about a half a yard. Call it 2nd and 10. Technically it is. You go to the yard line up ahead.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even think he got to the 40, and then one side judge on the far side. Now they're moving it up inside.
They're moving it up,
They're
yeah.
moving it to the 39.
That's
yeah.
why I thought they had it originally.
Yeah.
That's one thing tonight. The refs and have not been on the same page.
Big run there. Once again, it's Guido all the way down close to the 20-yard line, and Chargers don't have an answer right now.
They just struggling to get a stop here, and
you can see they're gassed. They're walking with their hands on their hips, and
yeah, I think it's
19-yard pickup down to the 20-yard line.
It's been a physical game. They've been battling here, but I think they're just a little deflated and tired, and they were injured.
Yep.
But no excuse. Rochester's played a heck of a game.
You got to tip your hat. Rochester's played their game plan perfectly. Guido one more time inside, close to the 15, off the left side. It'll be 2nd down. Marking it at the 16, actually, pick up 4. Yeah, Chargers will look for a turnaround game next week. It's not going to be easy against the Clareton Bears.
Yeah, because they're going to be hungry for a win. They're at home.
Yeah.
After dropping 2.
But you look at it this way: the Chargers trying to get around the far side was Ledford, and didn't get. Actually lost some yardage back almost to the 20, to the 19. Man, make it the 18. Lost 2. But Chargers, you figure they're going to have some vim and vinegar in their blood after this game today. So it should be. I'm anticipating a good one. It's never easy to play at Clareton.
No, not at all.
And I don't care if they're on a down year or
it's
whatever.
It's still the
Clareton Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just a dynasty.
Right.
That has not been stopped in years.
3rd down from the 18. They'll run it up. They'll get some of that back and some more inside the 15. To about the 13-yard line, pick up a 5. 4th down. Approaching 2 minutes to go, and Chargers have the agony of facing the scoreboard clock, and they're seeing it happen live.
Yeah. It's just not a good second half by the Chargers.
Babel and the right guard jumped, and that'll back the Rams up a few. It'll be 4th and 8 from the 18. So right back where we just came, they ran that run for 5 yards. And
probably just
minute 8 in a rolling clock here.
Yeah, at this point, run this play.
Play clock is down to 20. Yeah, one more play, and then whether they...
Depends if they pick up the 1st down or not.
They'll pitch it out. Trying to get the corner, he will. Boy, they got some speed. Down to the 10-yard line. That's probably close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. At the 5. That's a first down. And that's the game.
That's the ball game.
.42 seconds left. As soon as they get everything set, though, he should get the clock running. There it goes. Chargers' record will go to 1-1 as they travel to Clairton next Friday at 7 o'clock, right here on the OLSH Sports Network, September 8th. Rams will go to 1-0, and they run it in for one more touchdown. That will be Guido with the touchdown. He takes it in from 5 yards out.
And that one, that's a tough one there because, you know, you can sit on the ball there and take a knee. That's a little
much. Yeah, the game was over.
Game's over.
So
it's just a tough play there. But for the Chargers, they're going to have to just quick turnaround here. Wipe this one away.
So if you're Chargers, you put this one in your pocket and you remember it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, this is a growing pains game.
And that one's good. It's 36-12 is going to be the final score. So am I right? Is it 36 is the scoreboard? They put 37 up there.
They put 37. I believe it's 36-12.
36, yeah. Let's not make it worse than it is, boys. There you go. So there's a flag on the Rams. Excessive celebration.
Yeah, right. Right there.
I mean,
unfortunately, just rubbing it in a little bit now, and
yeah,
you know they've had a great game. Tip your cap to them, but you know, show a little bit of respect there.
Yep, unsportsmanlike. That was the call. That'll move it back to the 25. Maybe not. Maybe OLSH declined it. It's like, what's the sense? Oh, they're telling Matsuk now, so I think he's going to take the ball and walk with it. He walked, yeah, the official walked over to the Rams sideline.
There you go.
Rams are trying to tee it up and kick it off, and the officials say, I have none of that. Back it up to the 25. So, yeah, the Chargers are going to have to regroup. The Rams are what they are. I'm surprised Matsuk, I still can't believe Matsuk ran that play into the end zone there. I mean, rather than taking a knee.
No, and I don't want to sit here and say anything, but you know that's just a respect thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised Matsuk did that. So Tate takes it and drops it, picks it up at the 35, goes to the sideline, cuts it upfield across the 45. He'll go out of bounds with 6 ticks left on the clock. Looks like about the 48, 47 maybe. Let's see if the Chargers take a knee to end this one. I'll mark it at the 47 officially. Rams are setting up like the Chargers are going to try to win the game with a
prevent defense
with a
dropping back
with a 28-yard or 28-point play here. they got guys 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. It's like, oh, it looks like the Chargers are going to try to run a play anyway. Yeah, they are. They're going to hand it off. And Brazil goes up, gains a yard, and hits the ground, and that's the game. That was basically a running knee.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. The Chargers fall to the Rams 36-12 here at Moon Stadium. And not a good day for the Chargers, but the Rams open up their season with a victory. The Chargers fall to 1-1. It's all not lost. That was a non-section game. And the only thing I'm worried about, Christian, is the health of the boys. Brazil goes down, and I see a couple guys with their pads off limping around, so it's not good. And then they come into the game shorthanded anyway with Greer out and a couple of their bench players. I mean, the bench was short because they had a couple guys unavailable because they weren't in school yesterday. Yeah,
and it showed.
It showed big time.
You know, I think the Chargers got tired. I think, you know, they stayed in the game. They did what they could to try to give themselves a shot, but unfortunately had some miscues, a couple interceptions, the pick six. And guys getting hurt and being injured just unfortunately didn't help the Chargers tonight.
Yeah, it's we'll just kind of regroup and come back next week and see what they can do. We'll step aside, collect our thoughts, gather our information here, and we'll come back and put a bow on this one. Chargers lose 36-12 here to the Rams. Don't go away. We'll be right back. To Moon Stadium. Glad you could watch us all the way to the end. If you're a Rams fan, you're jumping for joy and excited about the win tonight. If you're a Chargers fan, you're scratching your head saying, what the heck happened to that team from last week, Christian?
Yeah, and unfortunately, like we said, the Chargers, I mean, it was a great game in the first half. Chargers had them where they wanted them, 16-12 at halftime. They managed to get some big-time stops and unfortunately had the 2 interceptions, and they were only down 4. And, you know, the team was playing well. They made their adjustments. They come out in the third quarter, and they make those 2 great defensive plays right in the backfield early. And then you send a blitz, and the first time the Chargers really sent the house all night. And Norman just kept it alive, finds Lowry. Lowry picks up a big gain. It leads to a touchdown. Then, unfortunately, Chargers are threatening. Then they throw an interception and take it back to the house for 90 yards. And then just at that point, you know, Chargers are tired. They're a little bit injured, banged up, deflated. You know, the morale's not there. And Norman, when he went out too, unfortunately for them, you know, we thought that the Chargers were going to make a little bit of a stand because they were going to struggle to adjust when Norman went down. But give Rochester credit, man. They really played well. They stuck to their game plan, like you said. Their line was really effective tonight, and that controlled the kind of the pace of the game. And for the Chargers, they're just going to have to get healthy, go back to the drawing board for next week.
Yeah, for me, that was the key to the game for the Rams, was their offense and defensive lines. They just dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And the Chargers, boy, they looked like they were in. They didn't know whether to cry or whine or watch, to coin a phrase. But yeah, again, sometimes you just got to tip your hat and say they were the better team tonight. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and they definitely showed it. Again, they, you know, controlled the ball and controlled the clock, and they did a great job. And tip your cap to them. And then they're a team that's super physical, and they know how to win, and they're well coached over there. So for the Chargers, you can't hang your heads. Now you just go back to the drawing board. You know, you had some bright spots tonight. You know, a couple times you shot yourself in the foot, so you just got to make those adjustments get healthy, and then you got to come ready to play next week because you know you're taking on a team, Clairton Bears, who have a great history of winning football games and winning championships, and you know, a bunch of spectacular players coming out of there. And you know you got to go on the road too, which is never easy to win a game on the road, especially in Clairton. And so for the Chargers, you just got to be healthy and lock back in and shake this one off. It's over now. You can't change it.
Yeah, as you said, it doesn't get any easier for the Chargers. Clairton Bears up next. Don't forget that one. Next week, it's a Friday, short week for the Chargers as they play on a Saturday. Play next Friday again over at Clairton. And then the week after that is the section opener against Carlington, and that will be senior night. So keep that on your schedule as well, right here at Moon Stadium. I want to thank everybody involved. Brian Todd, thanks, did a great job on the camera tonight for volunteering and helping us out. Thank you, Brian. As always, Christian, good to have you back, man.
Super excited. It was fun.
I know you were jetting around the world and doing all kinds of crazy stuff with basketball and for the USA and Team USA, and we're glad to have you back though, and on board for the rest of the season. I'm OLSH, and I want to thank everybody behind the scenes as well. Heather Parker and Coach Mack, thanks for all that you do and make this possible as well. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week from Clairton. And again, I'm OLSH saying thanks a lot, everybody. Chargers lose 36-12 to the Rochester Rams and go to 1-1 on the season. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on the OLSH Sports Network.